kitchen with some great new things for you. I was just saying that macaroni and cheese with the truffle was so good, I could dive headfirst into it. Let me tell you, if you were watching the presentation earlier when we were talking about the cold brewed coffee with Best of the Bean, the green tea is now sold out. The decaf is now sold out. We have a handful left in the regular coffee only. And remember, you're getting 2 of these. This is the time to get it before they're gone. I just wanted to remind you because coffee would go so great with your Ferris berry and nut mix, which is what we have coming up for you. You're getting 3 of the 1-pound jars of these at a birthday price, free shipping, and I gotta tell you, when it comes to Ferris, there is nothing better for a great snack any time of the day, in the morning, afternoon, evening, on top of your dishes, on top of your desserts. This is the way to go. Carrie, with her coffee, is
still
joining us.
Okay.
Yeah. And don't you agree? They all go great together.
Absolutely. Well, you know, for me, I know that, you know, at my morning coffee, but then, you know, around 3 or 4 o'clock, I like to have a nice cup of something. So being able to do that and also have my snack, I'm giving myself, you know, antioxidants, I'm giving myself proteins. This is the way to snack, and this is the way to keep your day going. Ferris, you know, we've been here since 2010, which is 6 years. I'm so excited to say that this year, because it's been, you know, every year I'm so excited to read your reviews. I'm so excited to see how much you love us, and thank you so much. But it has to do with the ingredients. I mean, we've been in business for 92 years, and the reason we've been in business 92 years is where we're sourcing these nuts and fruits from. So let's go right into it. Your choices today are the blueberry cranberry.
That's right, blueberry cranberry and nuts, or the cherry berry and nuts. And remember, you're gonna get these either the salted and roasted, or the unsalted and raw and unsalted, okay? So salted and roasted, or raw and unsalted. You can get them on auto ship, and I suggest you get them on auto ship, because once you taste them, you're not gonna wanna be without them.
Exactly. So the reasons, again, ingredients, let's start with our pecans. So in both of the mixes, you are absolutely gonna have our pecans from Texas. And I have a roasted one here, and then I have a raw one here. So you can kind of see the difference of what they look like. Even with roasted salted, it's salted lightly. So it's actually not to take away from flavor, I always say, but it's to add to flavor. So it's to add to the beautiful taste of the nuts. And when they're whole like this, we're keeping all the oils inside. And I think that's a huge thing. Most pecans, and most times you get them, they're all chopped, you know, so you'll see chopped pecans, then you'll see whole pecans. And there's a premium on these, and the reason, again, you're keeping the oils inside. So going down, I'm gonna go right to cashews, because those are my next peak favorite here, and I think they're your favorites too. But the cashews, I say they're meaty cashews. They're like steaks, these little guys. And they're from India and Brazil. And the reason we get them from there is because that is the top place to source cashews from. They're unlike any cashews that you'll find in the store, and you know that's again because we go to the top place to get them for you. Then our almonds are from California, so that's going to be the next thing in the mix, either way that you go. And then also we're going to have in both of the mixes our USA cranberries, and I love that our cranberries look like they've been freshly sliced, and you could tell it's a cranberry, which is so important. Now these will stay the same. Here's what will be different depending upon your choice. If you go with cherry berry, then that means you're gonna have our Michigan cherry. Look at that cherry.
I know.
Michigan cherries, which are plump and delicious. And Michigan is the top place to get a cherry from. They actually have a cherry festival that's happening, I think, right now. So the 2nd through the 9th, I believe it is. And right now in Michigan, there is a festival with everything cherry. And that's because it's just the #1 place to go and source them. So we get them from there. We're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you go with cherry berry, this is your mix. This is what you're getting. However, if you want to change it up, all we would do is take the cherry out, and then we would go ahead and put in our blueberries. I love our blueberries. Our blueberries, high in antioxidants. We get them done just right. I love blueberries regularly, but these blueberries, even just when they're dehydrated, I mean, but still so moist. So when you bite into them, it's like amazing.
That's right. You're not biting into old, hard, dried fruit. You know, that's the difference. That's what makes Ferris really tops when it comes to when you try it, you cannot go back to trail mix. You cannot go back to the regular that maybe you've tasted in the past. And that's why for 6 years, Ferris has really become a favorite, and we have it on auto ship for you. So you decide whether you want the cherry berry with the cherries or the blueberry mix, and that's obviously going to be the one with the blueberries.
Exactly. Now here's what, I was just talking about our cashews and how it's hard to find anything like them in the store. So I have a comparison here for you. The first one is from a store-bought brand that we all know. And then here is a Ferris cashew. I mean, I can't even, these are two different cashews altogether. This is the experience difference that I'm talking about. It comes down to that. It comes down to that most mixes have raisins. Yeah. And look at this. This is a roasted salted version. I want you to look closely. Can you see how much salt is in there? Like you can actually visually see it. Yeah. When you come over to our roasted salted cherries, look at the vibrancy difference. Yeah. I think just showing it side by side really shows you how this experience is going to differ from any other experience you've had. And why Ferris? I mean, this is the time of year when we're busy. This is the time of year we're running out the door. We've got lots of activities. Maybe you're going to the park. Maybe you're, going to a camp situation. Maybe you're in your RV or you're doing a road trip with your family. Maybe for the summer you don't have any big plans. Maybe you're just working and you're going to be sitting at your desk at work. Yeah. Having the ability to just grab a container and snack in a way that you can feel good about is huge. This is our factory, by the way. I was talking about Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ferris is a family-owned company. It's gone down from generation to generation. 92 years in business. So many things done by hand. You'll see here how someone's always involved in making sure things are going properly. As everything's packed, they're making sure that all the best nuts and the best quality is going home to you. Also, what I think is so hugely important, nowhere else do I know of that your mix is being packed and shipped to you upon your order. Oh, so it's fresh. Absolutely. You're getting the freshest that it could possibly be. And when you go to the stores, to the grocery stores, to buy the mixes that you see there, you don't know how long those have been in the store, on the store shelf, or in the warehouse, or in a box, or on a truck, or however long it took to be packed to finally get to you. There is a difference, and there is a freshness difference that you can actually taste, and you taste it every time you open a Ferris jar. These are 1 pound jars each. Yes. And you're getting 3 of them. Exactly. This is a huge value, and that's a lot of, look, the biggest nuts, the biggest berries and cherries and blueberries that you're gonna find. And ultimately, that's what you wanna snack on. And that's why we make it clear. That's why we're showing it to you. And I love that you just were talking about how much, because I think sometimes we forget. It's 3 actual containers. So I wanna show you right here is actually, I've emptied 2 containers already. So what you're seeing there is 2. Here I'm gonna go ahead and pour in my 3rd so that you understand, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a mess. But the reason I'm doing this is I want you to understand how much you are getting. This is 3 pounds. Any store that you go into, any place that you go to, especially if cherries and cashews are involved, and whole pecans, these are all what are termed in the industry as premium nuts. Yeah. And what that means is that normally you're gonna pay those gourmet big prices. Well, at Ferris, we do not wanna do that to you. We wanna make sure that you can have premium and you can enjoy premium without paying that incredibly large price. Okay, and here we make it easy, we make it affordable. You can get it on auto ship. And then let me just kind of break it down for you real quick, because when you're ordering this, maybe you're not gonna try it on auto ship, maybe you just wanna go for it for a one-time thing. Like you said, you're going camping, maybe the grandkids are coming over and you wanna encourage a healthier way to snack. This is it. You can get it on 4 flex of $9.99. If you want them on auto ship, do it. Because what you're gonna get every 90 days, and you can decide how often you want them to come to you, you're gonna get 3 more pounds of Ferris. You get it on auto ship, and you can continue and keep FlexPay going as well. Remember, you're deciding, do you want the cherry berry mix, that's the one with the Michigan cherries, or do you want the blueberry mix, and obviously that's the one with the blueberries. I wanna come over and show you too, because when we talk about snacking healthier, in a healthier way, this is the difference. This is the difference. So here's a brand that we all know in the grocery store. You will find them in just about every grocery store, convenience store, and here's Ferris. So seeing the difference side by side, I think really speaks to why we've been here 6 years, why there's hundreds and hundreds of reviews all the time that you guys, thank you so much, by the way. Please continue writing them. I do read them. And why we've been in business for 92 years. We want you to be happy. Our promise to you is to always give you the freshest, most amazing mix possible, and that is what you will experience when you get this home. This time of year, we're looking for ways to give ourselves that energy we need to get through all the activities we have planned.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a way to give yourself protein, you're looking for your, protein is in the nuts, antioxidants in these fruits. That is the type of snack that's going to fuel you. And I think when we look at different snacking items, one of my very close friends is a personal trainer, and when I first started doing this, he said, make sure you tell people that I always tell my clients, before you go to a buffet or a dinner or anything, to eat an ounce of nuts. And I was like, why? Yeah. And he said, nuts contain fiber. They're high in fiber. Okay. So it makes you feel full. And so that is gonna keep you from going crazy. So you know what I'm talking about when you go to the barbecue and you go over somebody's house, you see all that food lined up and your eyes get the best of you, and you just start loading up and loading up. Eat just about a handful like I have here of some Ferris before you go. Again, the fiber is gonna help you give that little bit of a full feeling so you won't go so crazy. It's giving you that option of snacking in a way that's nutritious. And also the way we feel when we snack nutritiously. I think that's the other thing. Right? I mean, we can eat our chips, we can eat our whatevers.
But this just makes you feel better, because this is the thing. We don't feel guilty about eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, right?
Right.
It's the snacks that we always feel a little bit guilty about. It's the snacks that when we eat, we go to the, go to get chips, or we go to get cookies, or we go to get things like that to really either satisfy our sweet tooth or our salty tooth, or I just need to crunch, or I just need something to chew on. This satisfies all of it, and you don't have a guilt factor built in.
Right.
And you shouldn't. When you're eating real, good, actual quality food, there should be no guilt factor.
Absolutely. And when it tastes like this, do you see what's happening here?
How juicy.
When was the last time you had a mix that you could tear into the fruit and have juice all over your fingers? That is what Ferris does that I don't see out there. And that's why I love them so much, and that's why you're gonna love them so much. But I wanna talk to you about some options of what you can do with this real quick. Okay. Take breakfast to a whole new level by just taking a handful of Ferris on top of your oatmeal or your yogurt or whatever it is that you have in the morning. Look how easy, just to pop a little bit in there, and it adds that crunch you're looking for. How often do we buy our yogurts or those oatmeals that come with the crunchy stuff, but we don't know the quality level of all that crunchy stuff or where it comes from?
Sometimes we can't even identify what the crunchy stuff is.
What it is, and so exactly. Put it in your pancakes in the morning. So if you're doing brunch today, think about how cool brunch would be right now. If you could go ahead and sprinkle a little bit, crunch it up. All you do is crunch it up a little bit. I put it in those little sealable bags. And I just pound it on the table. And then I put it into my pancakes. Or you can leave it whole. Over here, we did a loaf that we actually put it inside the loaf, but then we also sprinkled some on the top to kind of finish it off on the top. And we've done cheese rolls. We've done on top of our salads. Here's a parfait. Mine never looked this pretty, by the way, but this is how I have mine in the morning.
They taste good, though.
I know, I just go slop. I just throw it into a cup. But that might be you. Just throw it into a cup, throw a little Ferris on top, and again, it's just giving you that crunch. That's so delicious. And then you could just buy the big barrel of the Greek yogurt or the regular yogurt. You don't have to pay extra money for all that stuff, because they charge you extra for that stuff with the crunch.
Yes, they do.
Just put in the Ferris so you know it's high quality. But ultimately, again, I want to run through the choices.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So again, the pecans are from Texas. They are ginormous. They're nice and whole. You're not getting chopped up pecans. And sometimes in shipping, I always like to point out, sometimes it can break up a little bit, you guys, but mostly when we send them out from you, they are full and whole. So that's how you're gonna get them. Then almonds, from California. California is the top place to get almonds from. Then we're gonna add those cashews. We're gonna add in those cherries, those cranberries, and then if you wanna go blueberry, just take out the cherries and put your blueberry in there.
Blueberries.
Which are so good.
Every ingredient here is gonna be something that's so yummy. There's not a throwaway ingredient in the bunch, and you're getting 3 pounds of it. Remember, they each come in 1-pound jars, which makes it easy for you to have one at home, one in the car, and then one at work. Or send one with the kids to camp. Have, one in the RV, have one on the boat. However you want to do it, do not miss out on getting this set. And I wanted to remind you too, because a lot of you are calling in for pretty much